Hello and welcome to another episode of Trends, where we bring you a rundown of what's made showbiz and entertainment news headlines locally, throughout the African diaspora and internationally. My name is Refiwe Muilwa. We start off today's show in Chile, Russia, where South African artists graced the stages of two Russian cities, serenading audiences with their uniquely and homegrown electric performances. Musicians, dancers and marimba players wowed audiences in Moscow and St. Petersburg as part of an arts and cultural program facilitated by the South African Department of Arts and Culture, and this is aimed at strengthening bilateral ties with Russia.
Not even the blistering cold weather could dampen the spirits of these South African artists who were here to bring the Mzansi arts and culture to Russia. The group comprises of singers, dancers, guitarists and choirs. A different sound indeed kept the audience on their feet, belting out well-known songs such as Nakomdi Alabama and the famous Mirimakeba click song. The trip is already a life-changing experience for the youngsters in the traveling group.
It feels fantastic because I've always dreamt of coming to this country specifically. I've always loved Russia and its history. Everything is just fantastic.
I've always wanted to represent my country in music, and I think at this point, this is the best platform ever for all of us.
These dancers also gave a stunning performance, telling this African story with their traditional and classical dance.
I want them to take the richness of Mzansi, the excitement, the culture that we as the Rainbow Nation have.
Sharing someone's story, using my body and the world, how I want to interpret it and how we as dancers interpret the world.
But what does this cultural exchange mean for both countries?
Russia and South Africa have ancient traditions of their unique cultures, and knowing cultures of each other helps us to enrich both of our cultures.
It's well and good to have agreements with countries, to have memoranda of understanding, but as long as somebody in the village in South Africa does not understand what life is, or how is it in Russia, you are not going to get there very far.
The first leg of the Russian-South African Cultural Festival in Moscow has come to an end. And now it's off to St. Petersburg. And if this shows anything go by, the audience there is going to be left captivated. Bringing the sound of the indigenous Xhosa people to the Russian shores, dressed in his traditional Xhosa attire and using umkhumbe, a musical instrument made of a bow, string and round bow-like figure. Duzi Plagis tells the story of the Xhosa people. Combined with the Russian orchestra, this instrument produces a jazzy South African beat.
It's one of the best things ever that I've done in my life, especially, yes, I've performed with lots of orchestras, but this is one of the best things that I've ever experienced in my whole entire life. Musicians were just wonderful. It's something that one cannot forget.
Different genres of music serenaded the audience. The talented Zandile Mzazi told a story of lost love through electrifying opera voice.
I love opera music because I get to tell someone else's story. I get an opportunity to live in someone else's shoes, take a story and bring it into reality.
Those who attended the show were left amazed at the talent in South Africa.
It was beautiful, and the artists were the professionals.
I have all the emotions in my head, and I want to dance. I want to dance, and I don't want to go out from this place.
And that is how you bring to an end what is an out-of-this-world South African cultural experience. And with that, it's goodbye Russia until the next cultural season in 2017. LERATO by SABC News, St. Petersburg.
Thank you so very much, Lerato. And now more still from the world of arts, the work of 7 well-known South African designers, including Dr. and Mrs. Porky Heifer, Beauty Ngongo and JABU Nala, are featuring in a month-long exhibition of African contemporary design in the UK. Our reporter Catherine Drew went along to the opening, where some great works from the continent as a whole are on display.
This exhibit of contemporary African design has been 3 years in the planning, bringing together 24 designers from across the continent.
At the same time, when you speak about African design, very often people would tend to think traditional design. And I'm not saying that there is not, in the background an influence of traditional design, but it's global design.
South African designers are heavily represented in the show and include this human-sized nest inspired by weaver birds by Porky Heifer, the basket work of Beauty Ngongo, and Mark Hilltown's abstract landscapes made from corrugated iron. British-Nigerian designer Ifeanyi Ogamwu's contribution is a group of stools which featured in London's recent Contemporary African Art Show, a major event in the Art World calendar. He says this show asks key questions about the nature of art and design.
It's a nice platform to debate what actually resides in the design camp and what kind of falls into the art camp. So many of the objects here, I believe, sort of straddle between both, So the practice from an African perspective is I would say, very kind of compound in that sense.
That's something world-renowned South African ceramicist JABU would agree with. She is hoping to drum up business in London for her Zulu pottery, pieces which are treated as art in Europe, but she says would be put to use back home.
This ceramic I made, meaning our tradition, culture, that Zulu people, they use this kind of ceramic to drink beer and fetching water from a river. Yes, it means lots. That's what I tell people here.
A key theme of all these artists' work is sustainability in the face of the depletion of Africa's resources. This cabinet epitomizes key themes of this exhibition. It has been made from discarded oil drums, and you can see the markings here. The handles are made from bolts, but it is a beautiful and functional piece of furniture. Another piece from Burkina Faso artist Hamid Ouattara is this table, also made of oil drums.
In a way, you remember where it comes from, oil drums. But when you see it, it is really designed because it has the functionality and it has the sophistication of a great piece of design.
Organisers say the show can only offer a snapshot of the design world across Africa, but hope it will spark an interest in their visitors to find out more. The exhibition will run for a month. Catherine Drew, SABC News, London.
Thank you to Catherine. We're about to go to ad break, but I have a guy here who is breaking boundaries in hip-hop. He goes by the name Big Star, and he's about to tell us what we should understand.
This is not the way I planned it, but nobody do it better. Nobody knows, so nobody do it better. I did it for the age. Look, all of my niggas got an A. Over love way too many times when niggas speak. Let me tell you about the one I'm rocking to a beat. We got way too many rappers damaging the streets. Not to pick up when you're managing the team. Mother had a dream, Star had a vision. I kill a boots gun, done it after this. Don't know what it was. Fella with a tell I got the wrist. When I want to tell I got the hips. She can make it tell out here. She can make it tell out here. When I want to tell I got the hips. The steeds I seen in the last month, you will go crazy in my head. Promoters won't pay me my head. This lady is claiming my baby's my head. See niggas from my hometown say I'm drugging it up. Family say I ain't loving enough. Starting to feel like I'm bottled up. Then I honestly don't talk about it enough. Matter what the fact is, dealing with the rap is, you gotta practice. Where do you go? Who do you know? Stay out of general access. Ladies, they bend over backwards. Niggas is Hollywood actors. Superficial, artificial. Figure till you make it and all of them types. Call it a life. Dealing with all of the lights. Dealing with all of the hype. Man, I order the hype. Thought I was in it, did not have enough for the author to write. So there's a lot for a fella to do, but I'm still doing better than you. Mama told me this, that's jealous of you, so you watch what you say. Watch who you telling it to, who you telling is telling a few. About to pop off in a second or two, keep it gentleman, boo. Keep your element up in your genitals, don't let them know where you getting it. I got too many problems to be worried about you. And I got shorties from the south side of the city coming through. Too focused on my money, keeping family happy too. I'm just trying to make it through right now, I don't know what to do. Understand it, this is not the way I planned. Understand it, this is not the way I planned it. But nobody do it better. Nobody knows, said nobody do it. Okay, listen, look, a wise man once told me, you can only give what you have, young homie. Shout out to the fans on Facebook, telling us the plans. I can only wish you well, young homie. Don't be up with me shade, you don't know me. I got my own if you don't be calling me names, you don't know me. If I could throw you a rope just to pull you all up, I would do it, my homies. Trust me, my nigga, I know what it feel like, man. feel like you're living your nightmares and feel like you're living your nightmares and feel like. The look I would see in my father's eyes every time I would walk in the house without making a penny.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the man who takes the party from zero to hero, from bland to grand, from average to, well, to way above average. The guy who toots the party train horn and says, "All aboard! You are indeed a party comrade, and we salute you with a bottle of Chivas Regal 12-year-old blended Scotch whiskey, plus 2 glasses for just $279.99, exclusive to Tops at Spa."
Water-wise, water is an essential need. The scarcity of it could lead to loss of many lives, including livestock, plants, and much more. It requires us to use it sparingly and responsibly in times of need, failing which our taps and sanitation will not function. For more on water and weather issues, stay tuned to News Today, every Friday at 4:45 Central African Time. SABC News, making you water-wise.
Welcome back, you're watching Trends. Now, Vertex Events will be the first to launch this kind of next production of an experiential level and uniqueness for a local lineup of a music festival called The Movie. Now, leading up to the festive season, the first installation of the Movie Music Festival will happen this coming Saturday, the 10th of December at Mary Fitzgerald Square in Newtown. And I'm now with Tato Segaule with me to tell us more. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey, how are you? I'm doing good.
Cool, man. Tell us more about this idea, this innovative Movie Music Festival.
Yeah, so the Movie Music Festival is really about putting a world-class production for South African acts. A lot of the time we've heard South African artists saying that we can't like deliver a little less for them when there's international acts. So it's really saying, let's put together a good production, but we're saying to them, tell us your story.
Right.
Give us a meaning to your songs. Give us a meaning to what you want to see in your songs. And through that, really, it's telling a story through a performance and putting more meaning, adding live elements, adding beautiful things to the music itself.
Nice one. The lineup looks absolutely amazing. Yeah. You know, tell people more of who they can expect to see.
I mean, we've got AKA Casper Nyovest, Black Coffee, Ricky Rick, Nasty C, Gemini Major, Nadia Nakai, Tweezy, DJ Dira,
everybody who's
Black
had an
Motion.
amazing year.
I mean, it's been a great year for all of them. I mean, we kind of like sat down and said, who are the favorites right now? Not just our favorites, but the people's favorites.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how we got together with the lineup. It's 21 artists and DJs in total. And then we've got Tortured Soul as a cherry on top.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so next week, Saturday, the 10th.
Next week, Saturday.
Right.
Doors open at 12. The first performance is early, so we kind of like trying to urge people to really come early.
Yeah.
12 o'clock, doors open. First act is on at 2 p.m.
Wow.
So if you get that 5, 6, don't say this person wasn't here. Just say I wasn't there to experience this person.
Right. That's your disclaimer. Of course, I mean, as you say, it's very interesting in that, of course, sometimes we hear these songs and we enjoy them, but we don't know the story behind them. So I think that's a great, element that you've added. And this is the first installation. What's going to happen afterwards? What are the ideas going forward into 2017?
Well, this is the first one. We've got dates for 2017 and we've got dates for 2018 already.
Oh, wow.
We started briefing the guys for 2017 and 2018.
Right.
So this year we're going to have one of them. Next year is 4. And 2018 is 4 of them as well.
Jeez, you're a busy man. You're
trying to take it out of Joburg, going to Durban and Cape Town as well next year and 2018.
Fantastic. And who are some of your favorite acts right now?
I mean, I really love South African music. I'm a big hip hop head, but I listen to Black Coffee is one of my favorites. Ricky, Casper, Nasty. I really
all
love
these
them.
guys
the lineup is my favorites. I mean, I really love the people who are on the lineup.
Yeah, that's really cool. That all these guys that are on your playlist and in your car and everywhere, they are the guys who are going to be a part of the event.
I'm playing them quite a lot in my car because I want to get more of their music, more of their fun. Right. I'm so hyped up. I mean, I wish people understood what we have planned for them. It's going to be such a beautiful execution, such a beautiful production for the people.
Fantastic. And so social media, where can people buy tickets? How much are tickets? Are there, just general access or VIP packages? What's the deal?
Okay, so social media, hashtag the Movie Music Fest. 100 Rand tickets are done completely. I think by the end of, between today and tomorrow, the 150 Rand tickets will be done. VIP is 350. 200 Rand tickets are also on sale. But the 100 Rand and 150 were just for people to buy early. It wasn't incentive.
Right.
So people have bought early. Unfortunately, they are done.
Okay.
So if you haven't bought the 100 Rand, 150, it's going to be 200, and then VIP will be 350.
Nice one, man. Great idea, great initiative. We'll be looking forward to hearing more from what Vertex events are doing. So thank you so very much.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Fantastic. That's next week, Saturday at Mary Fitzgerald Square. Now, one of our producers caught up with Nathi Mangai to find out about his new album, a second in less than 2 years, by the way, and some of his other hidden talents besides music. There's clearly just no stopping this muso. Take a look.
One of the best-selling artists in the country currently, with just 1 year and a half apart, Nathi has released his second album titled Umbulelo Wam. Today we will be talking to him about his music career and also his journey in life. Enkosi for making time to come and talk to us. Yes, thank you. So now please tell us, where did it all start for you?
Ekhaya mos njengoba usizi banangaba ndisuka kwikhaya elithanda umculo kakhulu eqona utata xa ndisiva engathi wayengomnye wabantu ababedlala iflute kwakunye negita so ndiyacinga uba isuka apho yonke lento.
Music is definitely a familiar affair for Nathi. He has collaborated with his sister Amanda, who is also a musician. Together they have a song titled Intonga Yam. Amanda has now also released her first solo album.
Bendiyazi bana ngaba ndifuna uba ngenye imini nasisondiwe bengomnye wabantu abaziwayo abaculayo qona but bendingayilindelanga ubana ngaba izawuvela ngohlobo qona kodwa ke bendingumuntu ebenqwenela ekhuleni kwam bana ngaba mandiphumelele ngomculo ngoba ibingekho enye into ebendiyithanda ukudlula umculo.
Nathi says music was always his drive even when he was in prison.
So ngaphakathi ngibisenzeka noba bebukhona ubunzima but beningabuva kakhulu yabo ngoba bekukhona into endiqhuba ngayo isigwebo sami.
And ke apha emculweni wakho ngubani lo mntu lona owayebona esisakhono sakho?
Apha emculweni wami umuntu endicinga uba waye waba nendlebe yokuva umculo wami eqona yaba nguSipho Nyathela. uSipho nguye umuntu waba okanye waba nenkuthalo yokuthatha isidi amazina yakhe eJoburg khona ukuze iviwe nguvusi noLansdale.
Nathi recently released his second album titled Umbulelo Wam. It went platinum on its first day of release. To prove that he really does dedicate himself to his music, he has won a number of accolades. And so now let's talk about your second album. Nathi, it has hardly been 2 years, but already you've got your second album. Meaning, by the time the first album went boom, you're already working on this one. So how did this one come about? What inspired it?
Ndingathi wena siswami yazi xa ngaba ayithethi into yobana ngaba xa ngaba i-album yakho ithandwa ngabantu okanye abantu sebakwazile ngokuba okay uNathi wena umsebenzi uphelile. Mina ndidibene nabantu abaninzi umzekelo i-legends ezifana Tata Khaifa Semenya. Abantu abaye bandikhuthaza bathi yabona ke emveni kobana ngaba le album yakho ithandiwe ngabantu sucinga bana ngaba kuphela komsebenzi.
Did you know that this musician loves art? He has a few art pieces that he has painted. They portray life in the rural areas and the hardships single women often go through. And he says he hopes to have his own art gallery where he can sell his work. Some of these paintings are displayed in art galleries in the Eastern Cape.
Siswam ezinto mos ndikhule mos ndizithanda zombini and ndizenza ngexesha elinye yabo. Ndikhumbula bendisetrongweni etrongweni bendizenza zombini yabo. Bendibuza abantweni ba xa nijonga yeyiphi into enophuma apha ndiyenze because benala nhliziyo ithi ndifuna uphuma ndenze into yaqona ngezitalente zami ayikho enye into ndifuna uyijonga but ndifuna ukusebenzisa izinto enqoma ndiyazazi.
His other hidden talent is playing a guitar. It took him a year to learn how to hit the chords. And this skill is displayed in his song titled Uthando Lwam.
Iyo le asiyibetha yonke. Yonke into xa ngaba usebenza nzima kuyo uba khona umvuzo.
Enkosi bhuti wami ngexesha lakho.
Nkosi kakhulu sisi. Ngiyabulela.
And that was Nathi Mangayi talking to us about his music career and his journey in life.
And now South Africa's favorite dynamic DJ duo, Spectacular and DJ NAVES, released their 2016 summer single titled I Do, I Do. The track features Port Elizabeth-born sensation Zayn Essay on the vocals, and it shares a strong message of young love. The duo are very optimistic that the track will become one of the sing-along songs this December, and we definitely agree, as it also should be quite a hit at weddings as well.
What up, Spectacular? DJ NAVES with the Kings of the Weekend. It feels so good to be out here finally on SABC TRENDZ. I think for the longest time we've wanted to work with Professor, and we've always been speaking about it. And when we were finally doing the album, he was like, there's no ways I'm not going to give you guys a hit for this album, you know? Yeah. So we just got into studio, DJ Mix provided the beat, and we came out with that tune, and the people made it what it is. Musically, it was a big year for us, especially because that was our debut album, so we were very anxious and things worked out, That song became the #1 song of the year on the Cozy FM for that year. We were also, via the strength of it as well, and the rest of the songs on the album nominated for, was it 4 or 5? 5. I don't know. 5 MMAs. So it was very cool for us. Kudos to the fact that we're obviously on the ball of what's happening, on the ball of what's happening with the current sound as well. So now a year later, we're here. There's new stuff on the offering. The latest single, I Do, is currently out featuring Zayn Essay. It's doing quite well, charting nicely on the radio. Downloads are doing well. We've got people singing about love. It's been a tough year, so I think it's very important. So we have a TV show on SABC1 called Ones and Twos, Masters of Spin. We go around the country looking for the next big DJ producer. Zayn happened to be at one of the auditions. In fact, Zayn finished in the top 3 of the competition. So we went around the country looking for that, and we kept hearing the song. We came together with Zayn and said, look, man, we think this is a great song with great potential and we could do something amazing with it. How about Slanga and Isbone, what else we can do with Tilengoma becomes bigger?
I met Spare Names on the competition Ones and Twos, played on SABC1, on the audition stage back in PE. So I auditioned with the song, and then I made it to into the competition, the top 12. And then I kept on playing the song during the show up to the top 3 because I was the finalist on the show. So they liked the song, and they said, okay, how about we work together on the song because we love the song and we could release and it could be a big song for the summer and it could be an anthem. And I was like, okay, I have no problem with it. And they said, we want to put our flavor on the song so that when we release the song, people it's already a different song because I already released the song before. So now it was a different song because they added their flavor, they brought in Dr. Duda on to put in a feel on the music as well. And here is the song now. It is a love song. As a creative, you write stories, and sometimes you create stories. And I Do is a love song. Basically, it's a love song from my love story, but at the same time, it is a song that enables people, people who don't know how to say, how to approach people, how to say things to people, and dedicating that song to anyone that you love is what I had in mind on the song.
When I fix my eyes on you.
The song itself is a love song, right? So things like weddings or whatever are kind of automatic. So we decided that, yes, it's a love song. Yes, there might be a wedding connotations to it as well. But it's also a summer song. Like it reminded us of the kind of feeling like you had back in the day, like when you heard those summer days, all those sing-along lovely house songs. So we needed a video that was top class, clean, and kind of reflected that summer feeling as well, while having a nice little narrative that also has that feeling of young love to it.
And those are the kings of the weekend. Nice one, guys. Congratulations. We're going to an ad break. Do come back afterwards and join us here on Trends.
Health Talk unpacks healthy tips to help you to practice healthy living lifestyles.
Now, generally, type 1 is found mostly in children and young adults, and with type 2 diabetes is found mainly in the older generation, and also with an issue of obesity.
Don't have second portions, and then I've brought this plate model to show that for both meals, your lunch, your dinner, half the plate should be vegetables.
Within sports, we see the spectrum itself. Most often we see minor head contact injuries, we call them.
Right.
But certainly in sports, the one that a lot of attention is paid to is concussion.
You see, you've got something, boom, right, it's uncontrolled. Whereas in soccer, when the guy hits the ball, it's controlled. His neck muscles are controlling it. And that's why they say, for instance, in rugby, the training should be to improve your neck strength.
For more on health, join your host Dr. Selo Motaung every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m.
Welcome back. You're still watching Trends. So it's almost holiday time, and over the next few weeks, Joburg will become a bit of a ghost town when thousands will be traveling home and to various vacation destinations to wind down and enjoy the festive season. So the question then becomes, what are the must-haves in your bags that won't mean squashing half your wardrobes into your cars? So don't worry, if you're on a budget, we've got you covered too. So take a look at this next insert where we went shopping with fashion and beauty director Kelly Fung, who gave us the lowdown on the season's essentials.
Put out my favorite pieces that'll go according to the trends that we keep seeing again and again and again. And what we're going to start with here is it's a whole print story. People have been very wary of prints up until now, only because I think people find it quite scary and daunting to try and match it or to try and not stand out or bring out the bad part, the parts that you want to rather hide. But really, it's all rubbish. The myths about print are all rubbish. You've got to just do what you want. The more it clashes, the more it matches. So you really just got to have fun with it and fun with print. There are no rules. If you want to go top to toe of the same print, awesome, you're going to stand out. If you want to clash print like this, this is a great summer linen dress that can be worn alone. So it's, again, totally effortless. Or if it gets a bit colder, you could layer a little shirt underneath it and do something quite interesting like that. The point is, have fun with prints. And again, you don't have to accessorize because it's all there. It's so effortless. So that's why I love that trend that keeps coming back over and over again. The second one that I've been seeing a lot of is this sort of lean towards a more masculine silhouette for women. It's almost like a power suit, if you will. So I love a well-cut suit for girls. It's a necessity for boys, but now it's become quite a necessity for girls. And you can mix it with a really beautiful silk shirt, one of really good high quality, so that you don't have to keep replacing it every season. It's just something in your wardrobe that everyone really should have. I love this one because it's quite structured, but it's also quite slouchy and easy, and it's going to sit really beautifully. So you're going to pair it with a pair of pants, low slang wide leg trousers, slightly open, and you're perfect for away. I love the print on this one. It's really beautiful. This was last year for a few seasons. Then moving on. What we're really also here for today is this amazing collaboration with a UK artist called Audrey Reynolds, who took inspiration from the rain, and really she asked the question, if rain had a color, what would it be? And she made these beautiful paintings. And then what Jigsaw did was they silk screened the paintings onto these beautiful, very, very clean cut dresses and scarves. And yeah, so it's basically like a walking work of art. You're really buying art for your body, which is very cool. So that's something else that's very interesting, and it kind of leans back towards the print. This is something that just stands out automatically. And then the next trend, or the last trend that I've kind of focused on today, was the idea, I like to call it comfort zone. And it's really about luxurious fabrics and interesting textures that feel nice on your body and make you feel good wearing them. And it's neutral colors, very clean colors, beautiful linen, silks, wools, cashmeres. And it's not, I mean, it's more of it's a state of being, it's a lifestyle rather than a trend that you're going to see come and go. It's about ease of movements, easy shapes. It's going to look beautiful on your body no matter what you wear it with. It's a little bit luxurious, but it's also effortless. In my suitcase, are we traveling? We're going on holiday. Always a good hat, because you've got to protect yourself and you've got to look fabulous. A good pair of sandals. I love these. When I bend down, they're kind of an espadrille, which is really huge right now. But these are different because it's a bit of a slider, and I love this detail of the tassel. So this is going to be comfortable and it's going to be long lasting. So a great sandal, a good hat, a great pair of sunglasses, because you're going to party the night before, but you still want to look great the next day. A beautiful dress. And a great shirt, always a great shirt, whether you're going away or not. It's gonna see you through every season, every month, every time of year. Don't overthink it. I think just everyone, life is tough and things are busy. What I say, not on the move, we're running. We're not moving, we're running. So really just take it easy. Find easy shapes that feel good, look good, and allow you to move and allow you to breathe. So yeah, don't overthink it, don't overdo the makeup, don't overdo the styling, don't over accessorize, just the simpler the better.
Thank you so very much, Kelly. And now in studio, I have the artist formerly known as Dumi, who is back with a lot that's new. A banger of an album that all real hip-hop fans are sure to love. But also, he's gone through a bit of a personal evolution and prefers to go by the name Stogie T. A pioneer of the SA hip-hop movement for over a decade now, actually 15 years. He says his new album offers a perfect balance of depth, consciousness and entertainment for the new generation of Mzansi hip-hop. Diddy, welcome, man.
That was a mouthful. Thank you for having me.
How are you, man?
I'm
Stogie
good,
T. It's not Dumi anymore.
Stogie.
Tell us the reason behind the name.
I wanted to explore some new music, and I felt like keeping the name, people were going to attach a lot of things that I'd done before to it,
right.
And not give me an open, an open mind, approach it with an open mind.
Sure.
Sometimes your greatest successes can be a prison,
Yeah.
So I just felt like, let's start anew.
Okay.
And, and present that. Stogie is basically another word for cigar.
Oh, really?
I'm a cigar lover.
Right.
They kind of they've come to represent for me like a growth, a certain maturity that,
you do the whole robe and everything.
My smoking jacket, yeah.
Sure. Nice one, man. So tell us about the album. I mean, it was released the 25th of November.
That's it,
doing incredibly well.
Still #1, boy.
Nice. Congratulations.
I mean, I'm not touching Nati's numbers. But
Yeah. No, you're doing. Look, I mean, of course, different genres, different tastes, and whatnot.
Yeah.
But hip hop in South Africa, and you being one of the guys that have been there since forever. 15 years now that you've been in in the industry pushing, and you've had, the volume. You've worked with so many different guys, and brought a few up who are now today popular in the mainstream as well. But you've always been known for being the guy who's not about the hype, who's about the consciousness and the movement. You really embody all that hip hop is all about. But you're changing that a little bit now.
I am. I want the awards. I want the gold plaque. I want people talking about me. I want because I feel like when I came up, right? When I came up, artists like Bob Marley, Tracy Chapman were like top 10 artists. Yeah. And they were singing about revolution, about and I feel like what's wrong with having like some a little bit of consciousness on the top 10,
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
So I definitely want the hype. I'm not shying away from that, not one bit.
Okay. Speaking about that, the South African Hip Hop Awards are coming up just now. Are they going in the right direction in terms of honoring or giving credit where credit is due?
You know what? I definitely say yes, because we have different awards. We have radio awards. We have like South African music awards, and it's important for your own peers, for there to be I'm not very big on like, okay, this guy finally got the award, but I like the idea that peers are coming together to honor and celebrate a lot of us, you know what I mean? Because when you nominate 5 people, you're saying these were excellent, these showed excellence, So I like that, and they've grown from strength to strength. They have media partners now, it's bigger, so much love to them.
Cool, man. Okay. And talking about the international space, hip-hop, and just, there's so many things happening globally, which is current affairs and life and music and. What are some of the things that come across in terms of themes discussed on your album?
On the album, anything from like, just being an exile kid, the song there called Son of a Soldier, about my mom, about growing up with a soldier, for a mom, about this idea of having someone buy you clothes, as a pretty person, take you shopping.
I don't know.
You know nothing about that?
None of us know. But all right, so there's still a lot of elements in realism. Your life is basically what people are going to hear.
Yeah, and also South African, things that are current, in the South African landscape. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so very much. Stogie T.
Stogie, like homie,
Stogie,
like phony, like
Sony. Stogie. Don't get it twisted, guys. It's Stogie. Thank you so very much. Fantastic, and congratulations. We're going to hear you before the show ends. All right. Now, the Goodman Gallery is playing host to a group exhibition called Africans America, and now the exhibition seeks to portray and highlight the plight of Africans living as migrants in America.
The exhibition is about the artists' complex experiences beyond their ethnic heritage in America. It brings into focus the stories they take along with them, no matter where they go. The exhibition also forms part of its ongoing In Context series, which includes the Contemporary Academic Conference Black Portraiture 3, Reinventions, Strains of Histories and Cultures, along with a series of events happening throughout Johannesburg.
The exhibition is curated by the director of the Goodman Gallery, Lisa Esses, and the artist Hank Willis Thomas, who is also an artist with the Goodman Gallery, but in this iteration as a curator. And it's called Africans in America, and it's actually based on an artwork that Hank had done years before, and it looks at identity of black people, both in America and here, and specifically looking at how I think Hank, as an African American, is very interested in how identity is formed for, Americans, African Americans who are the descendants of slaves.
The art speaks to the flows, exchanges, and continuities between the continent of Africa and the United States. Artists who are exhibiting their work include Wang Chimutu from Kenya, who is the only artist that had a sculpture, as well as Emma Lawrence, Ntabiseng Mokwena, and many others. Ntabiseng Mokwena tells us how she became part of this group exhibition.
Firstly, we try to include works from artists who are from North America and South America, and we try to include works from artists who are African American, born in America and have had their families live in America for hundreds of years, and artists who are born somewhere in Africa, be it Kenya, Nigeria, Rwanda, and who now live in America and practice in America as well. And I think once we have a curatorial concept, but we also like to give an opportunity for the artists themselves to decide what they want to say about their experience of living in America or being an African.
And this portrait made of acrylic also seeks to show the relationship between men and women and the explicities of the relationship. Curated by Goodman Gallery director Lisa Esses, the exhibition seeks to help bring together a diverse group of international artists who share a difficult commitment to the dynamics and tensions of place in reference to the African continent. The exhibition will run until February next year.
And here he is about to perform for us, Stogie T, performing his latest single.
Can I take you shopping? It's Stogie. Just act right, baby. Let's go. Ash on my cigar, vintage bottles in the sky. I'm in a silk shirt, thick mommy in the miniskirt. Oh, good. Velvet loafers on my feet. My clutch say D and G. You see the shopping bags when we get the popping tags all day. Life on a diamond wall. Hey, yo, this here is so amazing. Hey, life on a diamond wall. Hey, this here is so amazing. Hey, let me talk to him. Look. Yeah, I did it, yup, I did it. Took a shopping spree to quit a man in a minute. Telling me her dude don't get it. Man like me need a woman with ambition. But I don't game when she spit it. She will pick Chanel frames over tuition. Is it a queen or a chicken? The difference, either can get the D or the Christian. She know how to pick them, see ballers and trick them. She don't trust niggas, that's women's intuition. While most women intuition for trips to the pavilion, her French heels clicking. The streets is cold, the streets is bloody, my feet red soles to keep me comfy. You see the glow, the team lovely. Bad girls get jumpy when they see this. Hey yo, ash on my cigar, vintage bottles in the sky. I'm in the silk shirt, thick mommy in the miniskirt. Oh, velvet loafers on my feet. A clutch say D and G. You see the shopping bags when we get the popping tags all day. Life on a diamond wall. You know what I'm talking about. This here is so amazing. Hey, life on a diamond wall. Hey, I brag different, baby. I'm like, the store closed 2 hours ago, but baby still sipping on a second glass of more, right? This a movie, she the star of the show. Bag the clothes, all I'm thinking is the after show. She wants her address for the China O's, but all I wanna address is her camel toe. 2 homes, summer animal. A new pump's too much, nigga, footy back to island soul. So the setting is yours, and she never felt this at home. A table away from Jessica Gorsi. She texting her homies every episode, scrolling through the phone, trying to find a shopping emoji. I'm spending the show fee.
It's more than a gift, it's capturing summer magic. Get a Galaxy S7 Edge in blue coral for 599 Rand per month on Smart S. Plus, a Gear VR headset or an accessory kit.
Give me that paperwork.
Where is your
Give me that paperwork.
Where is your paperwork?
Like I'm everything, I don't know what's going on. Suddenly I'm locked up.
This is not fair. Senta Basizan. Not fair.
Ukuputse rent ka 200. Hape se kupula ka 200. Uri ngwana, o i-1. 150, 150 plus. Koloi, Leon. Let me give me another one. 150.
I'm just the one to lock you out.
Yes, you just want to lock me then out.
You are starting gangsterism.
What?
No. No. No.
Welcome back. We had such an amazing performance from Stogie T. Now back on home soil and an ode to the creativity, but more than that, the strength, resilience and foresight of women, we're about to discuss the 5th celebration of the only platform that awards excellence in all art disciplines to female artists across South Africa. Now these awards, described by their founder as a unique platform that consolidates the incredible work done by women through honoring their immense contribution in the fields of arts and culture, are taking place this coming Thursday. And I'm now joined by the classic beauty and brains behind the Mbogodo Awards. That's Carol Bauer, joining us from our Cape Town studios. Welcome to TRENDZ, Carol.
You generous and beautiful, Refilwe. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. So 5 years into this, congratulations, my goodness. And the theme, just tell us about what the theme for this year's awards are.
The theme for this year, we felt that we really needed to celebrate winning and resilience. Just, the resilience of South African women and just how we keep going against all odds. And I think winning because, so many things have been thrust at us as a nation from the beginning of this year. Yeah. There were many things that could have made us sort of despondent and not believe that South Africa was a winning nation. Yet we end the year not having had the junk status that everybody thought we were going to have.
Yes.
We end the year still standing as a nation, still united.
Definitely.
And we have so many things to celebrate. So Thursday night is about women coming together and looking at the gains, looking at all the amazing things that have happened throughout the year that we should be celebrating rather than looking at what didn't go right.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. And I mean, this is not the only thing that's being celebrated. There's about 4 milestones that are happening this year. One of them being, looking at the plight of girl children because of UNICEF and all the work that they've done. So what else is happening? There's a lot, clearly.
And I think staying with the winning theme, it is really about celebrations. It's a big party, and it's a party because to reach the 5-year milestone has taken a lot of toil, a lot of hard work, a lot of searching and looking at what it is that we need to celebrate as South African women, why we need to continue to pat ourselves on the back, what it is that we need to continue to try and conquer. So it keeps us focused on the ball. So we're celebrating 5 years of the Mbogodos. We're celebrating this constitution that everybody continues to talk about.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, everybody says South Africa has this progressive, amazing, inclusive constitution that recognizes women.
Yeah.
But we forget that it was launched in December 1996. So it's 20 years on.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that we would like to mark.
Fantastic.
We're also celebrating 60 years since the Women's March. You'll remember that the Mbogodo Awards were founded on the principles of the Women's March. We looked at what it is that we could do to look back and honor them when we founded them. So as we celebrate our 5-year birthday, we're also celebrating the fact that 60 years down the line, we've stuck to those principles. We've been very true to their spirit.
Oh, yes.
And lastly, and also quite importantly, women are the custodians of communities. We can't deny that. We're the ones that rear the children. We're the ones that, hold the knife at its sharpest edge.
Yep.
So in looking after these children, we want to know that they're part of a community that cares about them. And I think the work that UNICEF has been doing over the years is an important stream in terms of building a cohesive nation, a cohesive society, and a cohesive world.
Yeah.
And 70 years down the line, I think they've done very well.
Of course.
There's still a lot to do. We wish them another 70 years of working very hard and building. We wish that there would not be a need for an organization such as UNICEF, but we really recognize and celebrate that, over the last 70 years, their voices have been poignant and also very, very important in corners of the world where people sometimes don't wish to go.
Yeah, or even forget.
70 years of UNICEF for every child.
Yeah, oh, fantastic. Wow, that's certainly a lot.
Yeah.
Carol, congratulations. We have unfortunately run out of time. I wish we could have been able to speak about the Mbogodo Workshop Series, but I understand 2017 will be the next year when, everything is rolled out. So people go out, get the information. The Mbogodo Awards are happening this Thursday. It's going to be one amazing celebration celebrating all women across South Africa and arts and culture. Thank you to Carol Bauer from our Cape Town studios. And now in our next story, always one of the those not-to-be-missed events on the SA social calendar. The South African Style Awards are so much more than a celebration of fashion, but an identification of individual style. So Hyde Park Corner hosted the annual Style Awards recently. So take a look at this next highlights package, where we see who walked away with the top accolades.
Fashion trends come and go, but one sense of style is what defines a person without having to say it out loud. So once again, stars that have made their mark in the fashion scene were recognized for their style and grace at this year's SA Style Awards. This year's event in Hyde Park marks the 20th anniversary of the awards, dedicated to finding SA's trendsetters, those who do it their way while remaining style icons.
It all started 20 years ago. I thought that it was a good idea to sniff out fabulous new talent. If we could take style and bottle it, it would be a magic potion. Use SA Style Awards as a benchmark for excellence over 10 different categories. So very much not how you clothe yourself, and definitely not a best dressed award, but very much a benchmark and platform for excellence and for young people to see and be inspired by those who've really worked hard. And with that sheer hard work and determination, you can fulfill your dream and become someone special out there, a trendsetter and a style icon one day.
The awards are dedicated to finding and celebrating South Africa's trendsetters who create a benchmark for excellence in their specific career paths.
We don't only look at what people wear and this stylish from a perspective of what you're wearing. It's also encompassing a whole lot of various aspects. So stylish as in style and what you wear, yes, but what do you do in terms of philanthropy, in terms of what do you contribute to South Africa, and how? So we've got designers, we've got amazing fashion individuals that are on our list, but we also have also Ricky Rick in terms of artists. I think he's an amazing artist right now in South Africa. Stylish exterior, but also stylish in terms of what he's producing in his art.
Revered in South Africa and recognized for their unique stylish footprint, the SA Style Awards showcase the style innovators. And this year, once again, the accolades were awarded to the top 10 South Africans who are loyal in their respective fields, as well as the young individuals making their mark. Most stylish media personality went to Azania Musaka.
I was completely shocked, I must say. At first I thought they must be kidding. Are they joking? But then ultimately when I spoke to them, spoke to the team about what the award was for, I was pretty honored because I haven't really been in the public eye as much lately. I've been carefully choosing the sort of projects that I do, the shoots that I do, and I didn't think that I'd been that loud lately, so I was surprised.
Most stylish designer, interior or fashion went to Laduma Nkokolo.
It's one of the best form of honor that I can ever receive at home. I've won a few awards overseas, but I think for me the best reward that I can get is from my people in South Africa.
The bubbly Nomzamo Mbata went home with the most stylish performing artist in film or TV.
It's incredible. You know, for me, style has always been from the inside out and from the outside in, because I've always represented myself for who I am. Everybody knows I'm the Nubian princess. And for me, it's like, how do I speak of the Nubian movement and never live it and never identify with it and never speak it from even my threads beyond just being Unomzamo. So for me, it's such an honor to be recognized for that and being recognized for being myself all the time, for being true to my style and being true to who I am from the inner, from inside to the outside.
The King Kotini took the most stylish performing artist in music.
It's always been great to be nominated for things, and just to win, it's just a blessing because it shows you that people recognize what you do and they appreciate what you do, and that's all we want in life. We just want someone to say, keep going and push you. So this is really it's amazing for me, life-changing.
In true South African fashion, our celebrities didn't disappoint on the red carpet.
I think that the Style Awards is a really awesome establishment. Over the years, it's become very respected and a lot of people have won amazing awards. And I think each year, they also introduce you to new people that you don't necessarily know, which I think is fantastic. It just goes to show the broad spectrum from which we are sampling amazing fashions.
Style awards mean the celebration of people who take fashion seriously and put their own point of view and have their own personal style. I think it's amazing that when people make an effort, because red carpets are honestly a lot of work, and you need a team. You need like someone to help you. Put outfits together, and when it works out and people see that and they celebrate that.
I think the Style Awards is one of those great award shows that just really shows talent and that celebrates talent. I think style has a lot to do with confidence, and anything that celebrates that is thumbs up by me.
Style is so personal and subjective, but what does it mean to Basi, Nomzamo and Azania?
Style is very subjective. What I find stylish might not necessarily be something that somebody finds stylish. What somebody finds trendy or fashion forward might not necessarily be something that I particularly find trendy and fashion forward. So it's a very subjective thing. I think it's about the celebration of your uniqueness in terms of what you feel comfortable in. And therefore, style is very individual.
Style is personality. Style is who you are, and style is the language in which people identify you with. This is my language, and this is the language that I speak. And every time people, and it's strange because now when people see print, they think, oh, Nomza. And they see a head wrap, they're like, oh, Nomza. And I'm like, yes, that's amazing, because then it means that my identity is now a blueprint.
For me, it's about self-expression. It's how you express yourself, how you communicate to the world, what you're saying to the world about who you are. It's in how you put that together as a means of communicating that.
In Coco Chanel words, fashion fades, but style remains the same.
Wow, and that's how we come to the end of this week's episode of Trends. It's been absolutely amazing. We've had great performances from Big Star as well as Stogie T. And the Mbokoro Awards take place this coming Thursday, the 8th of December at the Inanda Polo Club in Sandton. Thank you so very much for joining me. Catch us next week back here on the SABC News channel, but also there's a repeat on Wednesdays on SABC 3 at 9 a.m. My name is Rafil Wemwilwa. Join me again next week. Goodbye.